mainly new players, and they've done brilliantly.
Yeah. Actually, after
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed shareholders, respected board members, and distinguished participants. I'm Arnab Chakraborty, Company Secretary of Goodricke Group Limited. Take this privilege to extend a very warm welcome to all of you to this 49th annual general meeting of the company. We trust all of you have received the notice convening this AGM along with the annual report for the financial year 24-25. These documents were circulated well in advance in compliance with the applicable regulatory requirements to ensure our shareholders to review the same and participate meaningfully in today's proceedings. As stated in the notice of the AGM, there are 5 proposed resolutions placed before the members for consideration. 4 are ordinary and 1 is special resolution. The voting facility for the proposed resolutions have been provided through the remote e-voting system of NSDL in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act and SEBI regulations. The remote e-voting period commenced on Friday, 25th July at 9 a.m. and closed on Monday, 28th July 2025 at 5 p.m. I'd like to take this opportunity to express our sincere gratitude to all the members who have already cast their votes in favor of the proposed resolutions. Your continued support and engagement are highly appreciated by the company. For those members who are yet to cast their vote, may I kindly remind you that the e-voting window is still open for the shareholders who are attending the meeting. You're encouraged to exercise your right to cast your vote before conclusion of this AGM. I'd like to mention here that Messrs. Anjan Kumar Roy and Company Practicing Company Secretaries has been appointed by the board as the scrutinizer who will examine the e-voting process and hand over the voting result to the chairman. We'd like to acknowledge and thank those shareholders who have expressed their intention to speak at this meeting. We look forward to hear your valuable insights and suggestions during the course of the proceeding. To ensure the smooth and efficient conduct of this meeting and to avoid any background disturbances, all participants have been placed on mute mode by default. During the question and answer session, the names of the registered speakers will be announced and they will be unmuted in sequence. I'm now pleased to inform you that the requisite quorum for this AGM is present and accordingly, the meeting is duly constituted in accordance with the provisions of the Companies Act 2013 and Articles of Association of the company. Members may also note that the representative of the statutory auditors, Deloitte Haskins & Sells LLP, is present at this meeting. The representatives of the secretarial auditor and the cost auditor are also invited to attend this meeting. You must have observed that there is no qualification or adverse remark in the independent auditor's report. Thus, the same need not be read out in this meeting and may be taken as read pursuant to provisions of Section 145 of the Companies Act. Before I conclude, I would like to once again express a heartfelt gratitude to all our shareholders for your presence today, continued support, and your trust you have placed in Goodricke. With that, I now hand over the proceedings to our chairman, Mr. Stephen Charles Backlund, to preside over the meeting and take the meeting forward. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Arnab. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. I am Stephen Backlund, joining this meeting through video conferencing from the UK, and I'm delighted to welcome you all to the 49th Annual General Meeting of Goodricke Group Limited. Thank you all for your presence today. Since the meeting will be conducted through video conferencing, if any technical problem arises as far as connectivity is concerned, and it continues for more than 5 minutes, Mr. Aaron Singh, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, will take the chair and conduct the meeting. Before we commence with the formal proceedings, I would like to say a few words, if I may. I would very much like to introduce my colleagues on the board who are attending this meeting through video conferencing from their respective locations. Mr. Aaron Narain Singh, Executive Vice Chairman and Interim Managing Director, cum Chief Executive Officer of the company. Mrs. Susan Walker, Non-Executive Director. Mr. Shuman Mukherjee, Director Finance and CFO. Mr. Srikumar Menon, Independent Director and Chairman of the Audit Committee. Mr. Saurav Adhikari, Independent Director and Chairman of the Nomination and Remuneration Committee and also the CSR Committee. Dr. Rupali Basu, Independent Director and Chairman of the Stakeholders Relationship Committee, and Mr. Monojit Dasgupta, Independent Director. The notice of the meeting, audited financial statements of the company for the year ended the 31st of March 2025, and report of the directors and auditors thereon were duly sent to all the members in good time. And as these have been with you for some while, these documents may please be taken as read. Now let me share with you a few words on the performance of your company during the year under review. This year, or the year 2024-25, marked a notable turnaround in our financials. Revenue rose to 9.294 billion rupees from 8.240 billion rupees in the preceding year, and profit after tax reached 201 million rupees compared to a loss of 693 million rupees in the previous year, reflecting an improvement in operational efficiencies, better price realizations, and strategic asset divestments. The industry outlook remains cautiously optimistic. While the global tea market shows signs of surplus, domestic consumption and exports offer prospects for growth. Risks, however, persist in the form of climatic variability, increasing regulatory requirements, and competition from both established brands and local packeteers. The growing dominance of small tea growers, who contribute over 54% to national production, is reshaping industry dynamics. These shifts present challenges and opportunities for organized players like ourselves. However, we continue to invest in sustainable practices, cost rationalization, and strategic investments in irrigation and renewable energy to mitigate these challenges and ensure long-term viability. During the year, your company manufactured 19.86 million kilograms of tea, which is up from 19.52 million kilograms in the previous year. Of this, 17.27 million kilograms was our own crop, an increase from 17.04 million kilograms, this despite adverse climatic conditions, which included prolonged dry spells and pest issues in the Duars and Assam. A good standard of development work was carried out in the company's gardens with the right mix of quality and yield clones to ensure that the future viability is maintained. On the export front, the industry experienced an encouraging turnaround, with your company's bulk tea exports seeing a robust 16% growth in value terms over the previous year, this despite a 9% fall in volume. Our instant tea plant at Ideal continues its strong performance, with exports reaching a record high of 0.41 million kilograms, and this segment remains a robust contributor to profitability. On the consumer front, our branded tea division had a 2% increase in volume and a 7% growth in value terms. On the sustainability front, we continue our Go Green mission. Efforts include expansion of water bodies for climatic resilience, bioformulation pest control, increased use of renewable energy such as solar and hydro, afforestation, and biodiversity projects. We are also exploring diversified agricultural and hospitality ventures using our rich land assets, with early projects in turmeric, garlic, ginger, mushrooms, and dairy, with a piggery in development. Our phased entry into tea tourism using our world-class tea gardens and estates as a base to offer guests a truly exclusive and memorable experience is underway. The directors of the company have decided it prudent not to recommend a dividend for the financial year 2024-25. This decision is made in alignment with our long-term strategic priorities, primarily to conserve cash and reinvest in core operations and sustainability initiatives. We believe this approach will strengthen the company's financial position and deliver sustainable value to shareholders over time. I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to Mr. Arun Narain Singh for his impactful leadership as interim MD and CEO during this difficult phase, and warmly welcome Mr. Shaibal Dutt, who will take over this September. His long association with the company, depth and breadth of knowledge and understanding of the business inspires confidence for the future. I wish to place on record the dedication of all company personnel for their hard work and commitment to keep operations going in extremely challenging conditions. There is certainly no avoiding the fact that we have some challenges ahead. Structural, geopolitical, climatic and market conditions are all contributing to make our work more challenging at this point in time. This requires us to be resourceful, to approach things differently, and to look for new opportunities. I am pleased to acknowledge the support given during the year by all stakeholders, particularly investors, business associates, and the local administration. I extend my sincere thanks to all shareholders who are present today for their continued support of the company. Since the notice of this AGM was circulated to all shareholders and resolutions have been put for e-voting, the same is taken as read. I now request the company secretary to invite the registered speaker shareholders one by one.
Thank you, sir. We kindly request all speakers to be concise and limit their speech to 3 minutes in order to ensure that all other speakers have an equal opportunity to speak. Our first speaker is Mr. Hitesh K. Mr. Hitesh K, please unmute yourself.
Today we unmuted him.
Mr. Hitesh K, are you there? Technical team, can you help us?
Yes, sir. We have allowed Mr. Hitesh K to speak.
Okay, thank you.
Am I audible? Hello.
Mr. Hitesh K?
I'm his sister. He's unwell, so I'll be asking question on his behalf. I have a set of questions. Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. So, for the 2 tea estates where we made an announcement to divest, what is the total sale considerations? How much have we realized? And when are we expected to realize the remaining? How many more tea estates are possibly on the block? And any sense on the timeline and the potential sales consideration that we could have from them? For FY24 and FY25, could you please share the revenue and EBITDA or EBIT from the consumer division? The AR talks about the need to restructure this division. Could you please elaborate more on this? There are 4 new projects being discussed in the AR: hospitality, dairy farm, pig farm, and certification of organic farms. For each of these projects, could you share the synergies we have with the existing business, the quantum of investment in the phase 1 of these projects, timelines, when can we see commercial business from these segments? Lastly, what is the outlook on the profitability from the tea garden business with all the restructuring and measures taken last year to improve the yields? Thanks.
Thank you, madam. Our next speaker is Mr. Ashit Kumar Pathak.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please.
Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, Company Secretary, fellow members joining at 49th AGM of Goodricke Group Limited. My name is Ashit Kumar Pathak, joining from Damdam, Kolkata. At first, my esteemed gratitude to our Company Secretary, Mr. Arnold Chakraborty, and Deputy Company Secretary Deputy Company Secretary, Mrs. Karen Sonar, for their excellent cooperation to members and allow me to speak and sending me the hard copy of annual report very well in advance. Sir, your opening remarks is very prospective to my company's financial performance. And thanks to company's management team for nicely achieved revenue near about 9,294 millions, operating profit near about 140.52 millions, and also comprehensive income near about 293.14 millions. Excellent. Where the domestic tea market as well as global tea market subdued price also impact in cultivation. Sir, it mentioned what is the cost optimization strategies we are taking financial year 26. In page 22, mentioned rising input cost and elevated overhead expenses continue to exert pressure on overall profitability. Share your thoughts. Next, sir, our consumer division give better performance. This mentioned, this division faced threat of others retail players from Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Haryana, and internally in the form of higher overheads and presence of unviable brands, which put a stress on margin and do not allow marketing spends. So share your thoughts, our restructuring plan in this consumer division. Sir, our expected strategies current financial year, share your thoughts, because last year instantly given very enhanced space in export business. Also, domestic sales also nicely achieved near about 28.74 million kgs, also better price realizations. Where Assam and Dwarsa are expected maintain their significant roles in the India tea production in current financial year. Also in media report, rising prices of Orthodox and Darjeeling tea financial year 26 very good, with CTC tea seeking slightly deep. Share your thoughts about it. Also, are we going in capex program in Go Green in all our gardens? And also a total cost we have incurred, as well as research and development. So recent AI-enabled technology is implementing various sectors. Are we ongoing to set up AI technology in cultivation, production, and cost optimization, quality control, waste management, and safety management? Share your thoughts. Present status of our Kachar garden, which was impacted by hailstorm, mentioned in the balance sheet. Sir, I noticed we have various value-added products, but not so distribution in our city as well as many other cities, because there are various distribution strategies as well as e-commerce, modern trade, omnichannel, and also social media. And also, are we thinking for economy pack distribution, where many giant players are doing this? I think this is the very good mileage in our retail business. Also, I have said 2 points which I ended as early as possible. 1 minute, sir.
May I
Sir,
ask
we
you
have
to,
1
sir,
minute,
may I
sir.
ask you, so may I ask you to kindly bring your comments to a close so that there is sufficient time for other shareholders to speak,
Sir,
please.
any acquisitions problem and foreign subsidiary setup, share your thoughts. And I noticed inventory rised very.
Thank you very much, Mr. Pathak. May I now request our next speaker, Mr. Manoj Bagadia. Mr. Bagadia, are you there?
Sir? Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Chairman, for the opportunity to talk at the AGM. And I thank Mr. Singh for the significant turnaround in the business from what we saw last year and his team. And I also thank the Secretarial Department for the excellent services, investor services. Very few companies are so prompt and efficient in terms of communicating with the investors. So I thank the whole team for that. Now, coming back to the questions, I've sent the list of questions, but I'll just go through some of the key ones. First question is, MD has said in his message that we could have done much better in FY25, although he has done better, but it could have been much, much better. So I just wanted to understand what were the factors that led us for the lower performance than his expectation, and would that change anything significantly in next 2 years, FY26 and 27? Second thing is we have sold 2 gardens, and I just want to understand, apart from those 2, how many more are loss making or near break even or marginal profit? Because I'll come to the business model just in a while, but we need to do strategic evaluation and thinking as to what are we doing, and we need to benchmark with competitors, whosoever has done well. And if you can talk about volume of production from these marginal gardens, and then what are the plans, strategic plan further to unlock the value and redeploy the funds into the strategic, sustainable, profitable businesses like instant tea, branded packet tea, specialty tea, and alternative crops. When I said that strategic benchmarking, so companies like Lakshmi Tea has done exceedingly well in terms of the branding, in terms of their hospitality business, in terms of establishing their businesses overseas. So significant things they have done. And I think Goodricke, with such heritage, could have done much better and should be doing much better than any of the Indian companies that are there in the overseas market. Other thing is about the alternative crops. So to de-risk the business from the tea, what is the total free land available for the alternative crop, and what could be the revenue and profit potential from these alternative crops in coming 3 to 5 years? Another question on the hospitality, which we are trying out, and Darjeeling is one of the best place, and probably in other gardens also. So what is the number of rooms potential at these gardens, and are we looking at tie-up with the large brands? Because if you look at Lakshmi Tea experience, then their revenue per room is significantly different than anybody around in that area. So what are our plans? Is it going to be capital asset light? Also, in terms of the business model itself, as I mentioned, I think non-tea business has to grow significantly because we have faced a lot of challenges. And in garden business or tea manufacturing, nothing is in our control, including climate, including the wages, including the end prices of tea. So I don't know what is the key advantage that we have, right? I mean, so over a period of time, we need to diversify, de-risk from this business and do something and do some strategic thinking. What parent also has done part of it, we need to do a lot more things because our net worth is what, 270 crores and market cap less than 500 crore in last 49 years, whatever I see, right? So some kind of strategic thinking has to happen and some structural changes has to happen. Otherwise, we'll be doing business at the Hindu rate of growth, and I don't think so we'll be able to face challenges going forward also, like what we faced last year. And for longer term value creation from the investor perspective, we have to have a consistent profitable growth. And we need to evaluate what are the businesses, what are the sectors, what are the segments that can give us that, right? So I hope there is some strategic long term thinking about that. One of the opportunities long term.
Sorry, sir. Can I ask you to bring your comments to a close as soon as possible, please?
Sir, give me about 1 minute, please, sir. I am talking only about the business, sir. I don't have any other questions. I am not going to get too much into financials, but these are the strategic questions. Just please give me a minute and a half, please.
1 more minute, please, sir.
Yeah, sure. If we look at FMCG or packet tea business, sir, there is a gross margin of about 35% in this business. And last many years, somehow we have not focused on that business, and we are stagnating around 10 million kg. Whereas if you look at Wagh Bakri, which is about 4 or 5 times larger, right? I mean, where they were about 5, 10, 15 years back and where they are today. So that's one of the area, significant stability it can get. Although at some point of time it can get competitive, but still longer term, there is a lot of value in the brand and distribution. So if you can talk about that. Also, if you talk about instant tea, we are almost running at the full capacity, and that's a very profitable business. And there are a lot of opportunities globally also for this business, not only this business, but a lot of value-added tea. I mean, I don't need to talk about it. You are there sitting in UK and you know about what's happening in the European market, what's happening in the US market, and what are the consumer trends, and which gives you significant value than just the auction value of black tea in Indian market. So I hope there is a thinking on that. If we can talk about what's the free cash flow that we can generate in next 3 to 5 years, apart from the asset divestment.
Sorry, thank you very much indeed for your very valuable comments, but we have a lot of speakers, so I'm afraid if we can finish there, please.
And sir, I have given detailed list, so if we can talk about point by point, I would appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
May I now request Mr. Avirup Nandi to join. Mr. Avirup Nandi. Okay. So let's move on. Our next speaker is Mr. Dharmesh Badani.
Mr. Badani is in the meeting now. Can you unmute Mr. Badani and speak?
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon, gentlemen, and congratulations to the board. Sir, I have a few questions. I would like to know what is the production in the 3 regions of our operations, and what is the sales in the 3 regions, and what is the average selling price in the 3 regions. Secondly, I would like to inquire at what is the methodology behind computing the sales value of the plantations which we have sold. Is it on per kg of production or on the land area, or what was the methodology used? And as we all are aware that tea sector is going through a lot of crisis in the recent past, what are the 3 decisions which the government can help us in changing the fortunes of this company or this sector? And lastly, is there any cap on using?
I'm in a meeting. I'll call you later.
Say we have 100 acres. Is there any cap that we can use only up to 5 acres or 10 acres as a percentage? And if it's too time consuming, I don't mind you replying to my emails, sir, which I've sent. Thank you, and congratulations to all once again.
Thank you very much, Mr. Badani. Our next speaker is Mr. Yashpal Chopra. Is there? Mr. Yashpal Chopra.
Mr. Chopra, can you just unmute and speak?
ओके ओके ठीक है बोलते ओके
Yes, Mr. Chopra, we can hear you. Please.
हेलो
Yes, yes.
Please speak.
आई एम यशपाल चोपड़ा इज इट माय टर्न
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir,
your
please
turn,
carry
sir.
on.
Please.
या माय सेल्फ यशपाल चोपड़ा कॉलिंग फ्रॉम दिल्ली क्लाइंट आईडी 10592558 10592847 and multiple along with my family members and all that and shareholder of the company for more than 3 decades. I am the shareholder. Sir, being a super senior citizen around 85, 86, I would like to bless our chairman, Mr. Buckland, and our CEO, Mr. Singh. And I would like to congratulate them for the excellent performance of the company. In spite of the turbulent global economy over there, there was a big problem in between this distribution supply, chain supply in the European because of this Russian Ukrainian war and all that, and still our company made a big grand performance. So this is definitely a matter of achievement. So I must congratulate the entire team for doing this grand job, sir. So at the same time, I would just like to have some queries, sir. That one my query is that the year has gone by. That's all right. That was quite good. But what is the position of the current year? What is the production position of the production and the expected revenue around that time? And the next query will be that our business is not only tea, we have even diversified it. I just want to find out what the ratio of our revenue from both business, our main business, tea business, as well as the other diversified business. And the next is that our product is very much popular in Europe, and that is far better accepted and better than our own country. So I just want to find out what the ratio of foreign exchange earning in our revenue. So the next query is, what is the gender ratio in the workforce of our at our plants and all that? I would just like to be happy to know that. And the next is that is there any plan for addition of our and these tea gardens in the times to come? So, sir, I can have a number of more queries, but most of my queries have been already just taken up by earlier speakers. So I have just to say one food for thought. Sir, just around 15, 20 years ago, the company was sending coupons for these 10 tea packets just to have a taste of our own tea. But sir, for the last so many years, 2 decades, we have not tasted this Goodricke tea. So I would like that all the speakers, whosoever have participated, they should get some hamper for that. Because sir, even otherwise, this is the tradition of UK, that whenever there is a festival, you just give a return gift to the participant. And this AGM is a festival of the shareholders, and at least the speakers must get some return gift. So this is one of my requests to remind to you, and this consider it as a food for thought, because that will get you lots of blessings, and blessings have the atomic power, and the blessings have a great power. So just consider that thing. It is a very, very cheap bargain. You have not to spend much on getting these blessings. So before I wind up, I will thank our company secretary and the team and the moderator for getting me a chance to speak. And I will compliment the management, the top management from the top to the last person. I will pray for their positivity. That positivity means the strength of the company, and the strength of the company means the strength of my investment. And wishing you lots of congrats for the festivals which are coming ahead. So best of luck to you. This is Jaspal Chopra, an advocate looking after the corporate affairs, super senior citizen, calling from Delhi. Best of luck to you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for speaking. Now, We request Mr. Manjit Singh to join. Our next speaker is Mr. Manjit Singh.
My audible?
Yes, sir.
Sir,
कंपनी की मैनेजमेंट टीम, कैपिटल टीम और माय को शेयर होल्डर, मैं सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। सर, हमारी कंपनी सालों से इस क्षेत्र के अंदर है। मैं नॉर्थ इंडिया का बाशिंदा हूं, तो यहाँ कुछ जो है विंटर के अंदर चाय की सेल इंक्रीज होती है, तो मैं आपसे जानना चाहूंगा कि जो टोटल हमारी सेल है उसमें कुछ विंटर का पार्ट रहता है। सर्दी के सीजन में क्या हमारी चाय की खपत ज्यादा रहती है? अगर उस बारे में आप थोड़ा बताएंगे तो उसके लिए हम क्या तैयारी रखते हैं, अपनी स्टॉक की क्या पोजीशन रहती है। चाय के दाम में भी काफी फर्क आता रहता है ऊंच नीच का, तो उसका हम किस तरह से अपने स्टॉक के साथ मैच करते हैं और आगे जो है उसका डिस्काउंट या दाम बढ़ाना उसको किस हिसाब से हम करते हैं। आप थोड़ा इस बार पे बताइए, क्योंकि कई बार फसल कम होती है और कई बार फसल ज्यादा होती है, इसका भी कुछ असर पड़ता है। थोड़ा आप इस बारे में बताइए कि आगे आप फॉरवर्ड रेट को किस हिसाब से करते हैं। आप थोड़ा इस बारे में अगर हमें बताएंगे तो हमें आपसे पता चलेगा कि हमारी कंपनी किस दिशा की ओर चल रही है। गोडरे फिलिप्स से जो हमने ब्रांड लिए थे, TCTA, ASEA, गोल्ड सिंफनी, समाफोर और ASC प्रीमियम, उनकी सेल की तरफ हमारा कैसा ध्यान है और उनकी सेल, ये सुपर कप रंगोली और उत्सव भी हमारे साथ जुड़े थे ब्रांड, तो उनकी सेल का जितना उस टाइम में था उनके पुरानी कंपनी के पास और हमारे आने के पास, उसमें कुछ इंक्रीज हुआ है। थोड़ा आप इस बारे में बताइए। हमने जो टारगेट रखा था जम्मू कश्मीर, पंजाब, उत्तर प्रदेश, बिहार, राजस्थान और हिमाचल प्रदेश के अंदर सेल बढ़ाने का, उसकी करंट ईयर में क्या पोजीशन रही है, जो लास्ट ईयर गया है और जो ये साल चल रहा है उसके अंदर हमारी किस तरह से पोजीशन है, थोड़ा आप बताइए। और क्या हमें कोई ब्रांड एम्बेसडर भी जरूरत पड़ता है? कोई हमने ब्रांड एम्बेसडर एक्वायर नया किया है या कोई पुराना चल रहा है? थोड़ा आप इस बारे में बताइए। जमाना बदला है और ये जो ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म आए हैं वहां पर हमारे प्रोडक्ट किस तरह से उपलब्ध हैं, अगर नहीं है तो उस तरफ क्या हमारा ध्यान है? थोड़ा आप इस बारे में अगर बताएंगे। सेल प्रमोट होने का एक तरीका है, हम वेल विशर ही हैं कंपनी के और चाहते हैं कि कंपनी को रेवेन्यू बढ़ेगा तो फिर प्रॉफिट भी बढ़ेगा, फिर EPS भी बढ़ेगी, अर्निंग पर शेयर। तो यही उम्मीद हम आपसे करते हैं कि आप कार्य अच्छा करेंगे। भगवान से भी यही प्रार्थना करते हैं कि कंपनी हमारी तरक्की करे। बाकी अधूरा रहेगा वो पक्ष अगर उसका हम जिक्र नहीं करेंगे। कैपिटल डिपार्टमेंट, इसकी वजह से हम आपसे जुड़ पाए हैं और हमारे जो और सदस्य हैं घर के और जो मेंबर ऑफ शेयर होल्डर हैं आपके, वो भी ज्वाइन करे हैं इस टाइम हमारे साथ में। तो आगे तरक्की करे कंपनी। कैपिटल डिपार्टमेंट ने काम अच्छा किया है जो हमें आपसे जोड़ा है। थैंक यू फॉर द मैनेजमेंट टीम, थैंक यू फॉर द कैपिटल टीम। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू।
धन्यवाद मंजीत जी। Our next speaker is Mr. Lokesh Gupta.
चेयरमैन सर, आप मुझे सुन पा रहे हैं? चेयरमैन सर, मैं दिल्ली से लोकेश गुप्ता आपका और सभी बोर्ड मेंबर्स का स्वागत करता हूं। सर, काफी समय से कंपनी के शेयर होल्डर्स हैं, ये वीसी पोर्टल्स पर दिल्ली से बैठकर मुझे आपसे जुड़ने का अवसर मिल रहा है। सर, एक्सीलेंट चेयरमैन स्पीच हो रही थी जिसमें कंपनी के वर्तमान और भविष्य के बारे में आपने सब कुछ बताया। उसके बाद कुछ सवाल बचते नहीं थे और जो मेरे क्वेश्चन थे मेरे से पहले शेयर होल्डर पूछ चुके हैं, उसमें कवर हो चुके हैं। सर, मैं ज्यादा समय नहीं लूंगा। सर, जो सप्लाई चेन की बात हुई है, हमारे दिए के 2 साल से प्रॉब्लम थी, वो सप्लाई चेन अब किस तरह की है, थोड़ा इस बारे में बताइए। सर, हमारे मार्जिन इंटैक्ट रहे और हमने मार्जिन को बढ़ाने के लिए हम क्या कर रहे हैं? सर, थोड़ा इस बारे में बताइए। सर, हमें एक बार साल में मिलने का आपसे अवसर मिलता है, लेकिन अपनी बहुत सी जानकारी के लिए कंपनी सेक्रेटरी सर उनकी टीम के पास जाते हैं, वेल टाइम हमें रिप्लाई मिलता है। इसके लिए भी मैं उनकी टीम का पूरी को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद दूंगा। सर, सर एक अच्छा पोर्टल हमें मिला है जिसमें दिल्ली से बैठ के मैं आपसे जुड़ पा रहा हूँ। आशा है इसी पोर्टल पे आप एजीएम करेंगे जिससे पेन इंडिया के शेयर होल्डर आपसे जुड़ पाए। अंत में मैं कंपनी के सुखद भविष्य के लिए शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। धन्यवाद सर।
धन्यवाद लोकेश जी। Our next speaker is Mr. Amarendra Nath Roy. Mr. Amarendra Nath Roy.
Mr. Roy, you are unmuted. Kindly speak.
Respected Chairman, other board of members present, myself Amarendra Nath Rai and equity shareholders of Goodricke Group Limited joining video conferencing from Kolkata. Thanks to our well-experienced, cordial company secretary, Mr. Arnav Chakravarti, for giving me an opportunity to express my views, and his secretarial department rendering good investor service, sending annual report, joining link with speaker sequence number well in advance. Thanks to our NSDL team for conducting video conferencing in smooth manner. Page number 5, my query from our Executive Vice Chairman and MD, respected Arun Narayan Singh's message in annual report. Sir, you mentioned the result were not commensurate with your expectation. I would like to know what specific area underperformed and why. Sir, second, sir, can you elaborate on how the directive from the Tea Board of India to close plucking early impacted revenue and quality? Please share your views. Sir, you talked about shifting operations to Kolkata from Gurgaon. Sir, what is the cost-benefit analysis behind this decision? Please share your views. Sir, page number 23, the report mentions severe weather conditions and erratic rainfall as key challenges. Sir, has the company explored or implemented any advanced weather forecasting or climate resilient agricultural technologies to mitigate these risks? Please share your views. Sir, it is noted that labor shortage during the peak seasons remain a concern. Sir, sir, what long-term strategies does the company have to ensure consistent labor availability, especially in critical harvest period? Please share your views. The report states that more than 50% of the total country's tea production now comes from broadleaf factories. Sir, how is the company ensuring quality control and consistency in tea sources from the external suppliers? Please share your views. Sir, I have casted my voting in favor of all resolutions. I have full trust on our strong, efficient management. I wish our company's prosperity. I believe our company will grow up near height near future. Thank you for patient hearing. Over to you for further proceeding. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Roy. Next speaker, Mr. Gautam Nandi.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
Thank you. Very good noon and namaskar. Respected Chairman, Board of Directors, my
Mr. Nandi, are you there?
Sir, he is in the meeting, but he's somehow not audible to us. Can we switch on to the next speaker?
Yeah, we should. Now, our next speaker is Mr. Deepanita Chakraborty.
Ms. Chakraborty, you are unmuted. Kindly carry on with your speech.
Audible? Am I audible, sir?
Yes, madam.
Myself, Deepanita Chakraborty, attending VC from Kolkata. At first, I want to congratulate Board of Directors, Company Secretary, and my fellow shareholders to give me a chance in this platform. I just want to know future 2 to 3 years roadmap of our company. I casted my vote in favor of you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, madam. Next shareholder, Mr. Manoj Kumar Gupta.
Hello. Hello.
Mr. Gupta.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon, respected Chairman, Board of Directors, fellow shareholders. My name is Manoj Kumar Gupta. I've joined this meeting from City of Joy, Kolkata. I feel proud to be a shareholder of Goodricke. Sir, this Goodricke is a heritage company. When I attend the Goodricke AGM, I always remember our past chairman, Mr. Liggett, because he was a very aggressive and very investor friendly. So we always remember him. And thanks to MD for his good result and to his entire team for the excellent result of the company for the year 24-25. And thanks to the company secretary and his team to help us to join this meeting through VC. So what's your future plan? And sir, what's the ESG rating? If our ESG rating is good, so what's your plan in that regard? And have you any plan to use the renewable energy, because our beloved Prime Minister is inspiring the industry to use the green energy or renewable energy in their rooftop or factories or others to save the energy costs. So what's your plan in that regard, sir? And tea pricing is very fluctuable in last 1 year. So how you face the competition in the tea pricing? Because your cost is higher and return is very low. So how you will face such challenges? And how you will reward to the investors? Why are you so conservative? Be liberal, make liberal. Because you are not be a investor friendly like Mr. Liggett, because he was a investor friendly, so that we remember him. You are in London today, we are in Calcutta. All credit goes to our Prime Minister that he inspired the digitalization. So VC meeting, keep VC meeting continue. And our share prices are not going because as per compared to balance sheet, the share prices are not going. Because share price is very low, because our share price should be in 4 digit, but the share price is very low. So think about the, and expenses has gone up. And so tea gardens are facing a lot of problem in the North Bengal and others. So what situation as on today? What's the status of our tea gardens? So say and next year our company is Golden Jubilee. So what's your plan in that regard? How you will celebrate that with the employees and the investors, sir? How you will return to the investor and employees, sir? And with this, I strongly support all the resolutions, especially Dr. Rupali Vasu. I have a great respect and regards to her and take her advice to in the CSR to help the pupils in the health sector, sir. With this, I thanks again, Company Secretary. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Our next speaker, Mrs. Indrani Chakraborty.
On mute.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Very good afternoon, sir. I am Indrani Chakraborty, attending VC from Kolkata, a small shareholder of your company. At first, I congratulate my company secretary, board of director, and my fellow shareholder to give me a chance in this platform. I casted vote along with my family member in favor of you in this AGM. I believe my company will perform better in coming future. Best of luck to my board of director. Sir Sudipto Chakraborty was applied for speaker, but somehow his name is missing. Please give him chance to finish from this mic.
Sir, I am Sudipto Chakraborty. I was speaker last year also, sir, but somehow my name is missing in this year. Sir, at first I congratulate you and your board of directors to give me a chance to speak something in this platform. Sir, I believe my company will better performing for your honesty, dedication, devotion and determination. Sir, tea business is very challenging business. I just want to know how can you control your liabilities and interest cost? And second question is, how do you implement green energy in your business? Thank you, sir. Thank you for patient sharing. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, Mr. Subhash Kaur.
Unmute.
Sir, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chairman, sir, esteemed MD and CEO, sir, and honorable members of the board. I am Subhash Kaur, joining from Kolkata. Sir, Chairman, sir, your speech was outstanding and provided valuable insight about our company. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to you and the entire management team and achieving an outstanding turnaround result in this fiscal year. I truly appreciate the management team for their social commitment and meaningful CSR efforts. I wholeheartedly support all the regulation passed through remote e-voting. Sir, I would like to convey my sincere thanks to the respected company secretary, Mr. Arnab Chakraborty, and the entire team for providing excellent investor service and registering my name as a speaker, and also keeping in touch with us. Sir, some of my question. Sir, what key performance indicate will the company use measure the success of its new venture in dairy, organic farming, pig farming, and hospitality? And how do those projects align with the company's overall growth strategy? And next, sir, sir, how will the sale of underperforming tea state contribute to improving the company's profitability and reducing its debt burden in the future? And my final query is, what are the key performance goals for the restructuring of the banded tea business? And what strategy will the company ensure profitability while maintaining market presence and brand value? Sir, I am optimistic that under your leadership and guidance, the board will deliver robust performance in the coming financial year. Nothing to add more. Thank you, sir, for providing this opportunity. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Next speaker, Mr. Tamal Kumar Majumdar. Not joined. Okay. Our next speaker, Mr. Tapos Kumar Datta. Single page. No.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, everybody. Respected Chairman, distinguished Board of Directors, esteemed KMPs, ex-superintendent, secretarial team, and my fellow shareholders visiting this very meeting. I, myself, Tapos Kumar Datta, an equity shareholder of Goodricke Group Limited. I am coming to my question. Page 3, corporate information page. Listing details are omitted in this page. Page 6, the group is also making a foray into the hospitality segment in our Darjeeling garden. How much money have you invested in this segment? When will you start its operation? How would you combat with the existing player in this segment? Sir, do you have any planning of acquisition, that is inorganic way? Page 24. You have shown variance of financial ratio. Why don't you show last year and this year's ratios with variance. Receivable turnover ratio and asset turnover ratio are to be considered to include in this section. Page 32, the company has sold Tulsa Tea Estate to improve operational efficiency and long-term profitability. Sale of tea estate leads to loss of production. Loss of production leads to loss of profitability. How would you enhance profitability by selling tea estate to life? What is your present status of Lease River Tea Estate? Page 63. Permanent employees 21,053 numbers. How many are male? How many female? And what is the turnover rate of permanent employee? Page 26. The company has also provided direct access to the chief internal auditor. Who is your chief internal auditor? Page 31. How much money have you spent on energy conservation equipment? It is not shown. And how much money on R&D? Page 97. Inventory. May I know why don't you include protein date in inventory? Why don't you segregate fuel on stores and space? And why don't you make provision on non-moving stores and spares? Page 105, revenue. Why don't you show desegregation of revenue? Based on geography, how much revenue have you earned from outside India? And page 97, why don't you show the movement of changes in allowed or expected credit loss and credit impaired? With these few remarks, I would like to conclude. Thank you for patient hearing. Over to you for further proceeding.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. Our last speaker of this AGM is Mr. Henil Bagadia.
I hope I am audible.
Yeah, you are.
Please go ahead.
So thank you for the opportunity. So I would just briefly like to touch upon the questions which are not covered. So what does the company, what would the percentage of the revenue that will be coming from alternate income streams such as growing spices and the hospitality where you have focus on? So in terms of growing spices, there are many crops that can be grown, as you also alluded. So some of our competitors have about 5 to 15% of the revenues coming from there. So what would be the revenue percentage for us that is coming from there? And with hospitality and alternate crops, what revenue percentage are you looking for? So the company has also applied for the organic farming certificate. If you could just briefly allude, I mean, what pricing improvements would we get on our existing sales? So the parent, the Camellia, is the largest private owner of tea estates. I mean, they will be having a number of D2C brands. They've got access to Michelin star restaurants, top shelf for many grocery store chains, etc. So does that put a conflict of interest where Goodricke cannot establish its own D2C brands on a global scale or probably India scale? So if some more clarity there would help us understand the future opportunities. So the branding initiative that is being done by Goodricke. So what are the current A&P spends and where are we concentrating it? And so if we look at one of our competitors, Lakshmi Group, so they have the Makai Bari estates, and I mean during the times of COVID, they ventured into Amazon Global and they've been selling a lot of tea there, and 70% of the sales comes from US, and they've acquired a few companies in UK, getting into fusion tea drinks and multiple value-added streams. Do we have any plans to do this from Goodricke? And if so, I mean, how do you see it going forward, given the current size, balance sheet size, and our revenues? And if not, is there a possible conflict of interest with the Camellias, or do we see that we can do something like that in collaboration with the parent? So the tea estates that's currently with us So are we growing anything on the pharma or the Ayurveda side? Probably because, I mean, there are a few tea estates which have been doing that and they've been seeing good traction. Ayurveda probably as an alternate therapy, and also, I mean, increasing tea blends such as the turmeric tea, the ginseng tea, etc. So do we plan to do something out there? So also a humble suggestion. So if we look at the Lakshmi Group and a few other tea estates, so Lakshmi Group and one more tea estate, the Jungpana Group. So Lakshmi has a tie-up with Taj Hotels and Jungpana has with Mayfair Hotels, and their average room rentals are upwards of 25 to 40,000 per night, reaching to a peak of probably a 1 lakh per night. And if you see other tea estates who have been doing something organically, it is probably about 10, 15,000, and in the Assam side, it's even below 10,000. So it makes more commercial sense if we can probably outsource the management contract and the hospitality management with a bigger brand who have got a larger presence. So considering Duars, so the location is probably very near to the Kaziranga Park, and I mean we've seen two brands, big brands right now entering the particular market. So does that also, other than Darjeeling, does that also have an opportunity on our estates in Duar and Assam for monetization through, I mean, the hospitality route? The Lakshmi Group and also one more on the Lakshmi Group and the Jungpana Group. So Lakshmi in 2023 had signed an agreement for green tea with Coca-Cola, where Coca-Cola would procure green tea for the ready-to-drink green tea in their markets across the globe. And Jungpana had done a similar deal with Nestle. So have we concentrated on getting such large FMCG clients wherein we can have an exclusive outsourcing and probably position our brands? Because if we see the Medicare estate, they're one of the blends which is also used by the British royal family. I mean, we have some similar brands, I mean, which may not be that big, but probably we can position them bigger, like Castleton, etc. So also, have you been making representations to the tea board given the current drop in the tea acreage? So if we see the last 30 years, Darjeeling has almost gone half in its acreage per hectare from probably 800 to 350 right now. And there has been a similar but not a very steep drop in the Assam and the Duar estates. So I mean, any relaxation are we getting from the tea board? And also if you could highlight upon the regulatory ceiling on the amount of land that can be used for non-tea purposes, such as for alternate crops or for the hospitality use.
So,
that's it from my side, sir.
Sorry to interrupt. Have you brought your comments to a close now? Thank you. Arnab, there were a couple of speakers who were unable to connect earlier. Do we know whether they've managed to re-establish a connection?
Gautam Nandi, has he joined? Mr. Gautam Nandi, are you there?
No, he's not there in the meeting, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that's, thank you very much indeed for all our speakers for raising those comments. May I now request the Managing Director and CEO to address the questions relating to operations and the CFO to respond to the financial queries raised by the shareholders. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, shareholders, for their excellent inputs. I think this is one of the best questions that I have been put in my entire 15 years of at the helm of affair in Goodricke. That puts me, all of us, under a bit of pressure to perform. I think I'll just start with just give an outlook of the current scenario as to what we are going through. As some of our esteemed members said, that the climate change and the tea is undergoing a tremendous stress. I think we are not the only group. Most of the groups are having this problem of climate change and related pest activity. With the FSSAI norm being strictly followed by most of the big companies, the situation has become even worse for us to control the pest. On the climate change, in last 4 or 5 years, we have been saying that rainfall is very erratic. The temperatures are going as high as 42 degrees, which never heard of in history of tea. I mean, the tea used to grow, maximum growth comes at 35, and thereafter the photosynthesis stops. So this year, in fact, it became 23 was bad, 24 was even worse, and 25 we thought had a good early start, but we are experiencing very bad conditions in both Assam and Doars. So this year, even 2/3 of Assam is very badly affected, that the North Bank and the Golaghat and Jorhat district. So we have got to live with it. I'll address some of the mitigating factors later, but the climate change remains the biggest problem that most of growers are having. There were a lot of questions on what is our way forward, what we are doing. There were a lot of questions on restructuring of our present business. So we have decided to exit some of the gardens from Doars, which are stressed more by the weather conditions and the soil condition. The revenue from the two sales that we have got has been about 44.61 million. 44.61 crore, sorry. And the next two, which has got the board approval, will bring us another 25 crores. The talks are on for two other gardens, one in Assam and one in Doas and one in Darjeeling. We are evaluating the situation every day, and if required, we might choose a couple of gardens more in the near future, mainly to finance some of our diversification projects. Another strategy is to strengthen our remaining properties that we have. So a lot of stress is going to be given on the development work, on uprooting, replanting. Plant clones, which are climate resilient. I think somebody raised this question. We are having drone technology to spot early pests. We are focusing on chemical-free teas. We have invested in a lot of our R&D efforts to produce bioinoculants so that slowly our pest cost comes down. Today, the pest cost is standing between profit and loss. So a lot of work is going on. We are working on the wood-fired boilers to reduce your firing cost. Nano fertilizer, solar projects, they are all in the pipeline. We have already done one solar project last year in Nonaipara. In fact, we were the first one in this arena when we had solar power heater in instantly installed in 2015-16. So we are pioneer in use of solar technology. Now we have extended it to one garden and we'll be extending it to more gardens this year and in next year. We are also trying to master the mechanization technology in mechanization of plucking, which requires the maximum workforce. And this is to address some of the members that they asked how we are going to deal with the shortage of workers is through mechanization. Then strengthening our branded tea business. I think our branded tea business, if you go through the history, we were at 7 million, then 7 to 8 million, we acquired Goodricke Phillips, then we went up to about 11. But during COVID and all, our volumes fell. We are now stable at 10 million. A lot of work is going to go. We have shifted the office from Delhi to Calcutta for better coordination and strategic planning. This will save us about 6 billion rupees just on rental and other expenses. We are restructuring the manpower in branded tea business. All this will save a substantial amount of money, which will be invested in the branding exercise. I fully agree that we need to brand our business like our competitors are doing. Since we are not generating enough money, I think we fell behind this project a bit. But let me assure you that this is a very much focus area of our branded tea business in terms of the branding and marketing activities which we are doing, our core area, not across India. I think somebody asked, we are very much in the digital marketing arena. We have got B2B business with a lot of aggregators like Amazon and Blanket, Big Basket and all. And we have got a direct B2C business through our own website. They all are doing well. There is a growth of about 7 to 8% in all of them. And I'm sure once we brand our teas and invest in marketing, these two segments are going to show double-digit growth. We are also strengthening our marketing department. Most of the, still about 50% of the tea is being sold through auction. Rest all privately and exports. So our idea is to increase more of private sale and expose less of our tea in auction system. The instant tea business, somebody pointed out, yes, we are at this point running to almost full capacity. But with what's going on in US on the tariff front, I don't want to criticize anybody, but it's very unpredictable. But the importers there from US are trying to de-risk their supply source channels. There is a chance that we might get a big chunk of that instant tea in our pocket, but it's too early to say. But we are geared up for any future expansion program. The other one is our very focused attempt to diversify, which we have not done in the past. We are taking the advantage of the government regulation of in Assam, in West Bengal, we can do up to 30% of our grant area. And in Assam, we can do 5% of our grant area. The only hitch in West Bengal is that there is hardly any vacant area available. So we will have to approve. And we are in touch with the government to approve the non-remunerative tea areas and bring that under various horticulture crop or under the hospitality segment. Assam, 5% is there. There's a lot of focus from Assam government on developing other alternate crop, and they are giving a lot of help in planting the palm oil and developing the tourism facility on various gardens. Our attempt is also to monetize our assets. We have got some good buildings in Calcutta, a good manager bungalow in Doas and Assam, which we would like to diversify. And the talks are on with some of these, I would say, I would not like to really name them, but partners who could facilitate the marketing of this hospitality segment. We acknowledge that we don't have the expertise to do it. And I fully agree with some of the shareholders that we'll be partnering with some known brands to enhance our footprint in hospitality. The other, we had some land available for us, about 200 hectares, which we are converting into an organic farm. And we have already shifted our dairy, R&D dairy from Dangwajar there. And the idea is to make it at least 500 to 1,000 cattle farm, depending on how the animals they take to this particular environment and climatic condition. So as of now, it's more of a experiment that we are doing with various breeds. We have got some cows from Gir, some from Sahiwal, and some from heifers locally. At this moment, we have got about almost 150 animal herd. Out of that, about 28 or 30 are giving milk. So that's one focus on dairy. We will be going forward, we would like to add value and make more buttermilk, paneer and ghee out of that, which gives us a value addition. The other one is part of animal husbandry is piggery, that we will be starting the work sometime in October once the monsoon subsides. The third vertical is horticulture crop. What we are trying to, somebody asked about the synergy. I think there's the growing tea and growing horticulture crop is almost similar. We want to utilize our land as our biggest asset. And in this particular farm, we are trying to grow turmeric and other garlics and other things. They're all at the very experimental stage. And the first stage is our learning. Then we want to escalate. And our ultimate aim is to brand all these horticulture crop under Goodricke to become a real strong FMCG company, which will help our tea segment also. So our future vision is to remain in tea segment as a strong player producing quality and sustainable tea. We will be diversifying into a strong FMCG brand of Goodricke, catering for both milk product, horticulture product, and even white label, some of them if required. We want to take our escalate our branded tea business to somewhere to about 10 to 15 million, 15 million in near future. And we are almost touching 10, 11. So I think all that exercise that we will do in branding and marketing will help us establish our brand in the central India where we are very strong. The GPI has given us ample amount of footprint in J&K, Punjab and UP where we were not there. They were strong in modern trade, but they only focus on economy brands where we are losing money. I think the corrective measures have been taken, and I can assure you that this segment is going to do very well in near future. I think I've tried to cover on the, somebody asked on the gender equation. I think we are proud to say that we are almost 50% employer of women in our workforce, which is more than, in fact, would be more than 50%. So we are very much compliant with our SGS goals. Our current production in DOAS is about 13.77 billion after we have, despite the early closure that we had, and 2.94 in Assam and 0.4 in Darjeeling. There was one question which is, I think everybody asked, but that why I was not very satisfied with the outcome. We were doing very well till the month of August. And when the tea board finally announced that there will be early closure, so the gardens were forced to close operations on 30th of November. So we lost almost 0.6 million crop in the month of December. That was not the only issue. After the announcement of early closure, the market took a nosedive. Despite 60 billion shortage in the pipeline. So this was something that none of us had ever imagined, that such scenario would emerge after early closure. So the prices were even down than 2023. And that was my question of disappointment. Be it climate change, I think nothing that we can do. We try our best to fight it. We can't fight the nature. But there's something that industry can do, tea board can do, government can do, is to increase the per capita consumption. So if we go from current 0.8 to 0.9, I think we will be running into a huge shortage of tea and our prices will go up. I think industry is taking this up with the government, and they are trying to introspect as to what needs to be done to curtail production, not only in India, but worldwide. That's only going to help us. But in a very sincere manner, we have started diversifying our portfolio, knowing very well that there's a stiff competition from small growers to the organized sector. And what we have, the small growers don't have, is land and the workforce. And I'm very, very much sure that we will succeed in coming years. I think, sir, that covers almost everything. If anybody has a specific question, I'm happy to answer that.
Thank you very much, Aaron. Shuman, would you like to respond to any of the financial queries?
Yeah, I'll just take two questions. One was from Mr. Dharmesh Badani regarding selling prices region-wise. So last financial year, we had an average selling price of 255 rupees in Duars, which is an average of moon and bot put together, bot leaf put together. In Assam, we were at 290, and in Darjeeling, we were at 600 rupees per kg. There was also one question from Mr. Manjeet Singh. He was asking about how much of the packet tea sales, out of packet tea sales, how much we are selling the Goodricke Phillips brand. The answer would be around 30% of the tea we are selling out of the packet tea division is from Goodricke Phillips brand, which was acquired in 2017. There was a question last question I would answer was Mr. Manu Gadia. He was asking about the free cash flow and what is the forecast for the next 3 years. I'll answer that by saying that cash from operations depends on a lot of factors like price and wage increases, and it's very difficult to predict those numbers over a 3-year time frame up to 2028. Under normal circumstances, we should be generating around 70 to 80 CR of cash flow, if all the assumptions which we are taking hold good. That's all from my side.
Thank you very much, Aaron and Shuman, for your responses. I would very much like to thank all members for attending the meeting. The voting results will be displayed on the company's website as well as on the portal of the Bombay Stock Exchange within 48 hours from the closure of the meeting. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the proceedings of the 49th Annual General Meeting of Goodricke Group Limited. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I extend a very heartfelt vote of thanks to the chair, the present board members, and all esteemed shareholders. Thank you for attending the meeting. Thank you very much.